Hi there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching from in the world today. Welcome to Live with Leila and wishing you a very happy new year. I do hope you had some time over the Christmas and holiday season to relax, to rejuvenate, and to reflect on what a year it has been for you. So, my name is Leila Singh. I'm an executive, career, and personal brand coach, and I work with career professionals, typically aspiring execs in the technology industry who are looking to overcome their limitations so that they can uncover their infinite possibilities and potential, all while showing up as the best version of themselves, what I call life leadership. And I'd like to welcome each and every one of you who's watching live today or on the replay. So please, first of all, if you're watching live, do say hello in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from, where in the world, which city, which country are you in today? And if you're watching on replay, then do hashtag replay and let me know the same. Let me know whereabouts in the world you are based. So today's topic is about being intentional or Groundhog Day. So we've just entered a new year, and there's everywhere I can see on social media, on all of the platforms, we're talking about setting goals, intentions, New Year's resolutions, and making this the best year yet, and all that kind of stuff. I'm guilty of it. I've been sharing that. I've been talking about it. I've been talking about reflecting and looking at, what you're going to be doing this new year. So today's topic is all about whether you're going to find yourself back in Groundhog Day this year, or you're going to be intentional about where you want to get to, what you want to achieve, what you want to change in your life, what you want to be different. And why do I say this? Because it's very easy to have time off, time away, and kind of reflect and look at the big picture and thinking about, okay, so this is what I want to do next year. I'm going to be more consistent and go to the gym. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to sleep earlier, or I'm going to put more effort into my career or my business. I'm going to build up my network more. I'm going to invest more time and energy into my relationships, or seeing my family more often, or work in some way, invest to increase my finances. There could be so many different things, right? And you're thinking, yeah, I'm going to do all of these things. And the new year is now here. It's the 10th of January. It is renowned for most people to fail on New Year's resolutions before the end of January. Never mind February, before people have given up. And then what tends to happen is that you end up back in Groundhog Day. Why? Because you revert to type, you revert to what you've always done, and you just end up doing the same thing. And then what happens is you'll get to the end of 2023 and you'll think, nothing's really changed. I didn't improve my fitness and my health. I didn't improve or, advance in my career. I didn't work as well as I could have done on my relationship or on, building my finances, whatever the thing is that you wanted to change. And it's so easy to do that because, well, for so many reasons. Number one, it's very easy, and I see this all the time with clients in conversations that I have, that we want change, but we want everything else around us to change. And when it comes to us putting in that effort and that investment and time and energy to create the change from within, that becomes hard, that becomes difficult, and we're not so easily swayed to actually taking action. Does this make sense? Is this something you resonate with? Are you familiar with? Have you seen it possibly with yourself or with people close to you, that this happens over and over again? What are your thoughts? Mushtaq Rahman, hello there. Thank you for joining, watching from London. Let me know what your thoughts are. This is resonating for you. And the reason I'm sharing this topic today is because what I don't want for you is to get partway through the year or even till the end of the year and suddenly realize that all that's happened is that you've just experienced another Groundhog Day for 365 days. That's not what I want. I want for you to feel at the end that you've accomplished something, you've created the change that you want, and that you've moved forward. Because believe me, I've been there. It's very easy to have great ideas and great plans and then just slip off of that wagon and just go back to your old behaviors or your old habits, and then nothing changes. So avoiding Groundhog Day means being intentional with your day to day. And what I'm inviting you to do today is to slow down. Slow down and ask yourself, what do you really want? What is it that you really, really want in your life? What is it that you want to change, that you want to improve, that you want to be different or better? So, excuse me, examples include health and fitness. So, why do you want to improve or change your health, your fitness levels? It's really important to understand your why. But before you even get to the why, what is it you actually want around health and fitness? Get really clear on that. What is that change that you want going to look like? How are you going to feel when you've achieved that goal? And what will you be saying to yourself? This is where goal setting or setting intentions, being intentional, goes a level deeper than SMART goals. This is about actually looking at what is it that I really want, and really almost visualizing and experiencing what that end result will be like, what it will look like, what you'll be saying to yourself, what will you feel when you've accomplished that. And then why do you want that change? Why do you want that improvement? Why do you want to achieve that goal? Really, really important to slow down and explore that. Why do I say this? Because particularly with us being surrounded by so much noise from social media, from articles you're reading, the newspapers, even on TV, everything's about it's a new year and we've got to do this, we've got to do that. And it's easy to do is to get sucked into, oh, I have to do this, or I must do that, or I must do the other, because society believes and feeds you that information that is what you have to do. And therefore we don't always slow down to think, well, actually, what is it I really want when it comes to my health and fitness? Do I really want a six-pack, or do I simply want to have more energy and be healthy? Do I want to run a marathon, or do I want to be able to run up 2 flights of stairs without getting out of breath? And there's no right or wrong answer to this. It's about really tuning in to what you want and why. And I'm not suggesting you shouldn't push yourself. It's always good to set big goals and to challenge yourself and to push yourself that little bit further. But ask yourself, why? Why are you doing it? Is it because you feel pressurized to do so because that's what you're seeing on social media every day? Is it because of what people around you are saying you should do, or because they're doing it that you feel you should do it? What is your why? Is your why because that's what you want? And that's why I'm asking you to slow down and really connect with your intentions for what it is you want and why you want it. So I'm using the example of health and fitness because that's a big one for a lot of people. It's like we've all seen it and heard it. The memberships at all the gyms shoot up in January. Everyone goes and joins the gym again. It's like my New Year's resolution, I'm going to get fit. This year's going to be different. And by the middle of January, if not early February, a lot of those people aren't going anymore. They've cancelled their membership, or they leave their membership running thinking they will get back there, but then it just doesn't happen. So I'm using it because it's a popular topic. It's a popular goal, right? But here's the thing, right? Slow down to what it is you want to see improvements, what areas you want to see improvements in your life, and look at why, explore that. So think about your health and fitness. Is it you want more energy, you want to have more clarity in your mind, therefore having or being fitter and healthier will enable that? Is it because you want to lose weight? Why do you want to lose weight? So to feel more confident, to be able to feel confident, to be more visible and show up in the world? Is it because it's simply healthier for you? There's so many different reasons, right? But understand for yourself what the reason is. Don't just latch on to what we're seeing out there in the social media, on TV, about why we should do something. Yeah. So other areas to consider in this area are now things like work. So your career. What is it you want to change? What do you want to experience differently over the course of this year? What needs to happen? Is it that you want to earn more money? Is it that you want to get a promotion or some form of recognition? Are you thinking about changing your job? Are you thinking about changing the company you work for? Are you thinking of pivoting to something completely new? Or are you thinking of leaving and jacking it all in and starting your own business? What is it you want, and why? Why is it you want it? And that's really, really super important. And then the next stage of this is to ask yourself, what aspects of this are in your control? Because there's always things that are outside of our control. So for example, a pay rise, there's so much we can do. We can build a business case, we can have a conversation, you can ask the question, but ultimately the outcome of that is outside of our control. In most cases, we can influence it, but we don't necessarily have the last say. Therefore, look at the things that are in your control, because if you don't, you'll be relying on people and situations outside of your control to make things happen, and you'll get frustrated when they don't. So taking back control, taking responsibility for the change that you want to create, means looking at what areas of these things, that whether it's your health, it's your work situation, it's your home life, family life, all of these things, what are the things that you can influence? What are the things that you can change? What are the things that you can control? So identify those things. And then you want to avoid overwhelm, because it's very easy. We could set a whole load of goals for a whole load of different things, go into overwhelm, and then do nothing. Right? And I always say to myself and to clients, go with the baby steps. So when you get clear on where you want to get to, start building up the baby steps to get there, so you don't fall into overwhelm, because the risk of falling into overwhelm means it's easier and quicker for you to then just give up, because it just becomes too much. So again, slow down, identify where you want to get to. And if we use the health example, think about, right, okay, so I want to, drop so many pounds by the end of the year. I want to be fitter and toned up and have more energy, and blah, blah, blah. Whatever the goal is for you, understanding your why, and then thinking to yourself, right, okay, so what are the baby steps for me to get there that will prevent me from falling off the wagon, from giving up or redirecting to something else and just jumping from one thing to the next? So baby steps and setting little milestones. And that's something I often do for myself, particularly around my health, is setting smaller milestones to get to my bigger goal, because that keeps me more focused and more motivated to keep doing it, rather than setting myself a great long goal for December when we're in January and thinking, oh, it's so far away, and then you kind of lose the enthusiasm. So I do milestones. So I have like monthly milestones, maybe weekly, and then daily helps you to build out those habits. So that's my invitation to you today, to really slow down and consider what it is you really want for you, for your family, for your loved ones, for your circle. And how does that reflect in the different areas of your life? So I've identified to you like the four main ones that come to mind, which are work, health, relationships, finances. You've also got things like personal growth and personal development. So is it that you want to read more books, or maybe do some courses, or get a coach or a mentor? What is it you want to do to improve on your personal growth? So they're all different areas to think about and ask yourself, what do I want to see change in? What areas of my life? What is important? What are my priorities? But understanding what it is, what it's going to look like, what you're going to feel like, and what you'll be saying to yourself at the end of that goal, achieving that goal. And checking in with why it's important, looking at the areas that you are in control of, that you can influence, so that you can also then avoid getting frustrated, angry, giving up. And then creating a plan, having some milestones, I call it baby steps, so that you avoid overwhelm. And here's the thing that I haven't mentioned: remember to celebrate. Remember to celebrate all the little wins as you progress. Because often we forget, and then we forget how far we've come. So by having just little treats for yourself, and I'm not talking about if you're trying to lose weight, go and eat a great big cake. All I'm suggesting is, treat yourself to a massage, or for a nice walk in the countryside if it's something you don't get to do often, or having a nice soak in the bath, or whatever it might be. It's just like a little treat, but something to just honor and recognize what you're doing and the little wins and progress that you are making. Because ultimately, I want for you to get to create the life that you want in 2023. What I don't want for you is to get partway through the year or to the end of the year and feel like, oh my God, I've just fallen back into the same old habits, the same routines. Nothing's changing. It's going to be just a repeat of last year. I'm not going to have moved forward. I'm not going to have grown in my my career. I'm not going to have improved my health, increase my finances or my financial situation, or develop those relationships that I could have done. All of those things, and you'll end up with regret. And that's a huge thing for me. I really advocate for living without regrets. So putting steps in place to prevent that, to prevent having those regrets, means getting clear on what you want, why you want it, what it looks like, what it means for you, what are the feelings you're going to have when you've achieved it, and really why you want these changes. Then looking at what's in your control, how can you break it down to avoid overwhelm, and then creating those milestones and remembering to celebrate them. Because for 2023, you get to create the life that you want. You get to create the change that you're longing for, that perhaps you're feeling frustrated with. We've had big global challenges over the last 3 years or so, even more, that may have prevented you doing certain things or getting to where you want to be in certain areas of your life, or you just had other challenges that have meant these things haven't been a priority. So look at what you want to prioritize and start to build out a plan to help you to get there. And if any of that relates to your career, if that is a priority for you and you want to elevate your career this year, you want to get to the next level, then I would like to invite you to join me on my next masterclass, which is tomorrow, the 11th of January at 12 o'clock. There will be a link. Shah will pop a link in the comments for you so you can register for your place. And I will see you there tomorrow, where I'll share the steps, the 5 simple steps that you can focus on to help you to achieve the career success that you want this year. So that is my invitation to you. And also, if personal branding, being more visible, standing out in the workplace is something that you also want to work on, or something you feel you can improve, then do check out, if you haven't already done so, my personal brand playbook. This is something I put together where I've outlined the 6 facets of personal branding that I believe are important to elevate your brand to stand out in the workplace, to be top of mind and remembered for the right reasons, to really build that reputation. And within that playbook, you have those areas detailed. It also provides you with a brand audit, so you can audit where you're at and the gaps and perhaps the areas that you could improve on and work on. And it also shares some best practices with you that you can take away and implement immediately. So again, do grab your copy of your playbook. And if you've enjoyed this, if you've got some value from it and you want to listen to some more of my previous lives, or indeed my podcast, Life Leadership Podcast, you can head over to the YouTube channel where you can get all of the backdated podcasts. You can get all of the lives that I've done over the last, goodness, I think this is my 3rd year of doing lives. I can't remember, 2021. Yeah, possibly. So you can go back, there's probably hundreds now of episodes there of lives, all the podcasts, some of them, or most of them, should I say, are with amazing leaders from the technology industry who have given generously their time to have a conversation with me, to share their challenges, their learnings, their nuggets of gold in terms of how you can grow and develop your career in the technology space. So head over to the YouTube channel. Please do subscribe. Please do share it with other people who can benefit from it. And I look forward to seeing you either tomorrow on the masterclass or same time next week for Live with Leila. So until next time, enjoy the rest of your week. Remember to elevate your performance, maximize your potential, and create new possibilities by showing up as the best version of yourself. Have a great rest of the week. Happy New Year again if you joined a little bit late. Wishing you the very best of success for the year ahead. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care and goodbye.